Hi everybody, it's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my husband Steve and I are resellers in the Raleigh, Garner, North Carolina area. We don't sell online because we have full-time jobs and we just can't manage it properly. But we do have two booths in this area, one at Antiques at Gresham Lake in North Raleigh and one at Collected Treasures in Garner. If you're ever in the area, we would love for you to stop by our booth and visit with us. What we like to do on this channel is take you out hunting with us and then go over the haul. What we're doing tonight is we are doing haul number 4, I believe it's number 4, in a series, I think it's going to be 5, of items that we brought back from upstate New York. I had planned on finishing this whole series on Sunday, but that just didn't happen because it kind of took the weekend and slowed it down just a little bit. Been going a little hard and a little fast too much recently. So tonight we are going to be going over all these fantastic items right here, and then I think we're just going to, like I said, have one more video for the New York items. So let's get started. Let's get into the haul. One little housekeeping item before we get started. It's time for our annual yard sale. Yay! If you're in the Raleigh Garner area on October 14th, you're going to want to mark your calendars and come to our yard sale. You fill a bag. It's $10. We don't care what goes in this bag. You could put shoes in here, clothes in here, things that we have removed from the booths that didn't sell in the booth for whatever reason. We don't care. There might be craft items. There might be rustic items. It could be anything, but you could just put it in this bag and pay us $10 and take it home. So mark your calendars, October 14th. If it rains, we're going to have a rain date. It's going to be the end of October. I got to get that for you. I'll put it up here on the screen. We are going to call this the Kitschy Halloween Christmas video because that's kind of what we've got a variety of. Tacky kitschy, is that the word, kitschy? I did stop by Goodwill on the way home from work yesterday and just looked around a little bit. I'm not picking up a lot from Goodwill right now because I have so much stuff that came back from New York, a lot of stuff with the Glen Eyre sale that we went to. But I couldn't pass this up. It was so cute and it's just perfect for the season. It originally is from Kohl's and it was marked $25, $24.98, and they had it for $3, and I just thought it was fantastic. A little Halloween house, you can put a tea light in there and it lights up, and I'm gonna have a hard time actually giving this one up. I picked up this candle display of cats. It's like, you know, the conductor, and you've got a trombone and looks like a violin and a bass, and I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. It is rustic. It needs a lot of cleaning, but it's actually got some, you know, some rust spots and whatnot, but I just thought this would really be great for the Halloween season. So this is definitely going to be going in the booth this weekend at some point. Really cool piece. I think this is as kitschy as it gets. Tacky Christmas all the way. I mean, when have you ever seen a Santa on a mushroom? Now, I did remove this. This is actually inside of a candle holder. This is actually brass, but it's pretty, I don't know. I've got a lot of cleaning to do on it. It's got a lot of wax on it. It's bent on the ends here. I don't know if I want to do all that. I kind of just want to sell this as is. I was talking with Joanne about it. She thought it looked better inside the candle holder. So I kind of want some opinion on that. Give me your opinion. But this thing just has like everything going on here. We've got mushrooms. We got a lamb. We've got Santa on the roof. There's this cool ladder. I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be a little reindeer and not a lamb. That's probably what that is. We got some poinsettias. So I thought it was really cool, and I did a little research, and apparently, go out and check this out yourself. Apparently, there's a connection between these mushrooms with the white spots and Santa. Go check it out. Do some research. You'd be surprised. I was actually quite surprised. But this is actually a very vintage piece, very cool, and I'm excited to bring this to the booth at Christmas time. And by the way, we are going over items at this point from New York. That one item was from Goodwill, the haunted house, and that's it. Everything else that we're going over now is from upstate New York. I found this gnome. He's playing a, I don't know, a guitar, some type of guitar. I don't know the name of that guitar, but I noticed on the back it said West Germany, which I thought was very interesting. I hardly ever find anything from West Germany. He's actually plastic, or like a heavy rubber. So, but his color is great. Hardly any of his color has come off him. So I definitely picked him up, and I did look up pricing on this, and I can't remember what it was, but I was surprised. I feel like I didn't write it down. I think it was somewhere in the 20s. It was like $25 maybe is what these are selling for, or maybe more. I'd have to look again. But very cool piece, and I'm not sure I really need to wait until Christmas. Just because he's red and green doesn't mean he's a Christmas item. He could be used during the, by the way, it does say Cortillon? I don't know, Cortillon. But he could be used, you know, even in the spring for gardens. So he might be going up in the booth here pretty soon. If you did watch the videos from that trip, you probably saw me finding these items. And I couldn't believe this one. This has got some of these little elves on it, these little knee huggers. And I collect these, believe it or not. What don't I collect, right? But I do like these, I do collect them. I don't know if I'll be able to get them off safely, and even if I can get them off, well, I think I could maybe use like a heat gun. I need to get a heat gun, and maybe that could help me remove them, but they don't have any hands. But I guess, I think if I remember correctly, they don't have hands because their hands go together and they hug around their knee. I feel like somebody attached them to this felt covered candle holder, which I care nothing about this piece. I just want the little elves. I think they're adorable. I did find these flocked Mr. and Mrs. Santa. I think they're a pair. They have very similar coloring. She's got like an apron on. He's carrying this big green ugly guitar. But they are flocked. They are older. They're not in the best condition, but you know, that's how it is with these vintage pieces. You don't usually find them in perfect condition. So I will be putting these in the booth when it comes time to bring Christmas into the booth. I thought it was a pretty cool find. And I think you also saw me find Barney and Betty. Again, not in the best of condition. They've lost a lot of paint, but such unique pieces, very vintage, and I think I'm definitely going to be putting these in the booth to see what happens. If they don't sell, it won't break my heart. I'll keep them for myself. I like vintage Christmas too, so. But I would like to see these find a new home. Another flocked piece that I found was this reindeer. I think this is a reindeer. Oh my goodness, he has the weirdest look on his face. His big old eyes. He's got a little bell. I think he's pretty cool. Not an older piece, actually. I mean, I don't know how old. It says made in China, so it could be from like the 90s or early 2000s. But I thought he was pretty cool. Has such a unique look that he's definitely worth picking up. Steve's saying maybe it's a dog, because really, let's think about it. I don't see any antlers, do you? And that kind of looks like a tail, so maybe it's some type of fox or something. I don't know. He's cool looking though. This was a pretty interesting piece to find. This was actually from King's Dominion, which is in Virginia, right? Virginia, yeah, not too far from here, a few hours from here. And this is from 1980, and it has Scooby-Doo and Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, and Fred Flintstone. So I thought that was it's a bank. I thought that was a pretty good pickup. Everybody's coming to the party. Here's Garfield. I mean, we've got a little bit of everybody back there. Garfield mugs always sell. Whenever I can find one at a good price, I definitely go ahead and pick it up. And I cannot even remember if I picked this up at, I don't even remember where. Somewhere in New York. Here's a Garfield mug. Maybe my mother picked this one up. I don't know. And does it have a year? 1978. In good condition for 1978. I didn't bring these back from New York, but they've come from upstate New York. My mother mailed these down to me a while ago, or sent them down with my dad when he returned from a trip up there. And I just didn't have a chance to show them to you. But like this one is from 1964, January 1964, Archie. And this one is Josie from August. Let's see, it says August number 21, 1966. August 1966. And this one is from, must be I didn't find the date on that one, but it's Archie's joke book. Maybe I just didn't get that far yet, because I was putting the date on them. That's Betty and Veronica, Summertime, I don't know if you're seeing it, Summertime Fun, or Summer Fun. And then Archie's Jokes. I will look up what the dates are on these before I put them in the booth and make sure it's, you know, so they can clearly see it, so they know what they're purchasing without having to open this up. And you know, the more you open these things up and pull them in and out, the more damage those covers take. So try to keep them inside this plastic if we can. And this is Archie's Pails and Gales. So I thought these were fantastic. I can't wait to put these in the booth. They look like they're actually in pretty decent condition. This says 58th issue, or it says number 58 right there. I'll have to look and see what the date is on it, but good find, Mom. And since we're going over books, we'll go over some more. I found this one. It's called A Spell a Day. And what kind of stood out to me about this? Look at this. Somebody actually, I think, was doing some of these spells. They're marked. So somebody was practicing some of these spells. I just kind of wanted the book to put it in the booth because I thought it was great for Halloween. But I wonder if somebody was actually using them. And then here's a country cookbook. This is Northern Broome County 4-H clubs. That's in upstate New York. And it has like different, here's the different recipes, and it tells you from what town they're from. Shingle Forks, Whitney Point, Glen Aubrey. If any of those names sound familiar to you. And I was looking for a date. This is from 1984. So, but there's some fantastic recipes in there. Now these, what I'm going to do with these, there was 4 of these. I think I got these at my brother's yard sale, if I remember correctly. That's where I think I picked these up. And they were all together, and I paid one price. I'm not sure. I could have got it from the church yard sale. I don't know. But these are Pennsylvania Dutch cookbooks. And what's so cool about these is not only the recipes, but just the writing in them. Look at that. I love it. It's just really, really neat. And there are some little sayings in the beginning, like this is Psalm 23. It's not a saying, that's a psalm, but really this is a little discussion about candies, beverages, and snacks. So I'm going to use these because they're not in the covers aren't in good condition. Look, see, somebody's written all over that one. And there's handwriting on here with a name, which isn't bad, but this one's not so good. I'm actually going to use these in the junk journaling. So I'm going to tear out the pages and use them in the junk journaling, and I don't think that's going to be a big crime. This was my favorite one to find. It's Watkins Cookbook, the J.R. Watkins Company out of Winona, Minnesota. You can just tell it's older. And I think this one was from the 40s. Now a piece like this that was in there, I will use this in the junk journaling. This is a piece of ephemera that's really cool. It's got a recipe that's handwritten on one side. It's got some lettering and stuff there. That's a really cool piece. This book was $2 and it's from 1948. Fantastic. Fantastic find. This was definitely, I know I got this from my brother's yard sale. And we'll have to do a little, looks like there's a little, that's in pastries and pies, and I think there might be a little pastry and pie left behind there. But I love this book. I will be selling this book. And for those of you that collect Reader's Digest, I thought the cover on this was great with the animals. The spine looks really good. I think this was not too old, maybe the 80s if I remember. Oh, it is. It's actually 1969. In really good condition for 1969. And oh, look at this. Somebody's swimming with a seal, it looks like. Oh, something just fell out. Let's see what that was. Well, nothing exciting that fell out. We're always hoping it's that $100 bill, aren't we? That somebody tucked in a book. Just an advertisement for a bed. So, at any rate, Very nice cover on this Reader's Digest book, and beautiful illustrations inside. Look at this. Look at that bird. And here are a set of 3 books. And they come inside this beautiful case. Hogwarts Library. The spine of the case is really nice, and the books are in really good condition. I think they're from, let's see, what year were they from? I always think it's nice whenever you find a set of books to sell a set. And whenever I can find a set, I definitely will pick those up. 2013, so they're not very old. They're 10 years old, but they're in fantastic condition inside this beautiful case, and we will definitely get those right up there in the booth so that somebody can purchase them as a gift for somebody for Christmas, or just purchase them for themselves, for their own library. A few more books that I picked up. Here is Treasures from Throwaways. Can you imagine that? I think that's a pretty cool book, right up my alley. It's Better Homes and Gardens, and let's see what year it's from, to give you an idea. 1976. And look, I mean, very cool. Showing different things that you can do with items that are thrown away and turn them into treasure. Perfect book. That's definitely going right in the booth. And we've got Sewing for Your Home, Better Homes and Gardens. There's the color wheel. Always a good thing to reference when you're doing a project. Look at this picture. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That those chairs are completely covered. And look at that living room. 1974. I bet the pictures in this are fantastic as far as the different things that you might be able to pick out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Anyway, cool book. And didn't pass up How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I thought this little girl was adorable with her little puppy. She's got, it looks like a book that she's holding, and it says that it's made in Hong Kong. I thought she was a cute little girl with her pigtails. Look at this great Parcheesi board. This is from 1982, and I believe my mother found this for me. And let me show you, look at the back of it, but let me show you the actual board. It's so, here's the inside where all the instructions are on the inside of the cover. I think now they probably come with a pamphlet. And then here's the outside of the board. These boards are great just for decoration, you know, if you have a game room or maybe a pub or something, or a library. If you just hang these boards up on the wall, they're cool. But look at this up front, you know, in the center here. And this is like a paper. Really, really good condition. And it comes with like the wooden game pieces, and I don't know if you remember the paper dice shaker, but they're really vibrant and really good condition, as if like nobody's ever actually used this game. So definitely a good game. I loved these great big spools. They do have some of the paper on the bottom. It's taped on, so it really isn't in good condition as far as the paper goes, but the spools are fantastic. Great big wooden spools. You could do so much with these. Just put them on your shelf for decor. They're beautiful just like that. You could use them as candle holders, and they have the holes in them that, you know, go all the way through. You could turn them into lanterns. Very cool. I couldn't believe we found this beautiful amber hen on nest, and the size of it is really nice. It's a nice size. It's not real big. In really good condition. At some point, it only cost 35 cents. I don't know if you can catch that there, but I was excited to find it. I don't know if I've ever come across an amber one before. And you saw me find this beautiful Fenton piece, this ashtray with all the hobnail spiky things on it. I think we sold one recently like this. and this whistle, which was so cool because it says the Acme Thunder, and I think it was made in England. Yes, made in England. The Acme Thunder, made out in England. I really liked this little vintage piece. I thought it was so cute. It was still in its original plastic, had never been opened. And it says, "Friends, that's us." And it's this cute little ladybugs sharing a cupcake on a mushroom. And I thought that was really adorable. And then these chickens, I'm not a chicken person, so I don't know the name of these chickens. I'm sure somebody can comment on what they are, but I do believe they're pretty popular. And these are made in Japan. They were in pretty good condition. Had their stoppers, just a little bit of paint loss on them, but not a big deal. This is that 1-quart CorningWare piece that I had asked my sister to set aside from her yard sale. And I think I talked about that a couple videos ago and when I was showing some other pieces, but I think the other pieces have already sold, so I was going to try to put them all together as a set, but I think those already sold, so we'll just go ahead and put this in the booth all by itself. I'm sure it'll find a home. Now my mother picked up this 3-piece set of Pyrex bowls. They are in pretty good condition. There's a little bit of scratching in them. Here is the red one. Here is the yellow one. Now I've never seen it with white, so I'm not sure that this was part of the set. I feel like this was usually green or blue for the primary colors. So I'm not sure the white one is part of the set, but Pyrex is a pretty popular item, and we will go ahead and put them in the booth. I won't sell them as a set, I'll sell them each individually, so still always great to get Pyrex. And I found this gem at that roadside flea market that I stopped at. There I found kind of most of the kitschy Christmas and Halloween stuff, not Halloween, but kitschy Christmas stuff. I just loved it. It had a great mid-century modern look to it, and the bowl is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like, it looks like, I don't know, cattails. It looks like cattails on it. So this is a milk glass piece, and what it really actually is an ice bucket. There are a set of tongs that would have gone with this, but I think this will sell just on its own. You could use it as an ice bucket and use your own tongs, or you could use it as a serving dish. It's really, really pretty. I think my mother had picked these up, and I thought they were pretty cool. I almost said no to them at first, because when I got to the point where I finally got to go to the Grange and hunt the stuff that she had been picking up over the last year, it had been a year since I'd been up there, I was getting kind of burned out a little bit on hunting, and I was thinking about how full we were going to be going home, and I almost said no to these because they were quite big, but then I took a closer look at them, and I just thought they have a really cool look for the Halloween. I mean, I just think they're fantastic. It looks like spider webs are all over them. So I said yes to these. I do think that these will make a nice decor piece for somebody during the month of October. I don't know if you remember me seeing these or eyeing these. It was at that roadside flea market, and I thought they were ties. I thought, oh, what are those ties? Let me show you what these actually are. They're really cool. They're all in plastic, so they're protected, but they're feathers. But let me show you what they are. I have a hat right over here with one on it. They're for hats. So you put them around, you know, your hat to dress it up. And I think I might keep this one for my hat. Okay, we're down to the last few items. I picked up another accordion. I always pick these up. They don't last long in the booth. Always people looking for them for multiple reasons. I thought this little ceramic frog was cute. And I'm just going to stage them in the Halloween booth because of frogs, you know, witches and frogs. And then this was pretty neat. It's a little rusty, but it's a wizard jar opener. And it says wizard on it right there, and it says jar opener. It does have a lot of rust on it, so I will have to clean it up. But pretty cool jar opener. And a couple of baskets. This one has a handle. They look similar. This one doesn't have a handle, and it doesn't look like one broke off. It's just that this one happens to have a handle. But these would be great for mums or any type of fall flower that you want to put on your porch. Okay, and the last item was this milk glass, and it's painted with flowers on it. It has like fall colored flowers on it. Little hurricane lamp. And the other ones I've shown in the past video, of the 3 that I've shown in the past, 2 of them have actually already found new homes. So I'm sure that this one, being unique like it is with the milk glass, will find a new home rather quickly. Okay, that wraps up this video of this haul. Like I said, we have maybe one more video and we'll finish off the New York trip. Everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope you're getting out there, and I hope you're hunting for treasures. I'm hoping to actually get out and hunt for treasures again this week. And I hope you find something that puts a smile on your face. So everybody, take good care of yourself, and we'll see you in a few days with the last bit of the New York haul.